have hit an actor or two on accident. Not like I haven't like punched anybody. Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today. And for this video, we're going to be doing the halfway to Halloween tag. All right, before we get to anything bookish, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments what's your favorite haunted folk tale or like haunted lore. I'm so intrigued. Tell me some new ones so I can go look them up. All right, so I said this is a tag. I was tagged by the wonderful Brooklyn at Brooklyn's Library. I'll put a link to her video in the cards up above, as well as in the description down below. But the creator of this tag was actually Lauren at Happy Haunts Library, and I also really enjoy her channel, so I'll put a link to her in the description down below as well. Based on her channel name, I think you can guess that Lauren loves Halloween, and as a fellow Halloween person myself, I greatly appreciate that. Meaning, I was so thankful when Brooklyn tagged me in this. I realize I'm a little late for Walpurgis Night. We're past halfway at this point, but I'm not going to complain about that. And I didn't want to wait. I wanted to go ahead and do this tag. So, starting at the top with the first question, are you a fan of haunted houses? Abso-freaking-lutely. Fun fact, when Josh and I first started dating, I had never gone to a haunted house. I was petrified of them. I could not understand why people thought they were fun. Probably because I was a super jumpy person. I actually am still a super jumpy person, honestly. But he ended up dragging me to one. Ever since the first, I fell in love. I have so much fun. I think it's the controlled scare element. I mean, I prepare myself a little bit more. I'm a little bit more hesitant to trust a corner. I'm on guard. I'm not gonna lie. I have hit an actor or two on accident. Not like I haven't like punched anybody, but like I've accidentally smacked a hand out and made contact. But haunted houses are literally an every year thing for Josh and I when it comes to Halloween. We go every single weekend to a different one. We've been to pretty much every haunted house around the DFW Metroplex. We definitely have our favorites that we always make time for. We try to go to new ones if we can. Last year, we actually ended up road tripping all the way to Houston for Phobia, which is 8 houses in one. It was definitely worth it, I will say. Absolutely huge fan of haunted houses right here. Next question, the one I actually asked y'all, what is your favorite ghost story or haunted lore? I'm not sure about this one. The first one that came to mind was actually Mothman, which I don't know if he technically falls into this, but he always shows up at tragedies, so it feels appropriate. Apart from that, I also feel like I know a lot about La Llorona, and she's one that I feel like doesn't really get done very well in movies, but the way I've seen her showcased in books so far, I've enjoyed. As I said, this is one that I want y'all to recommend me some others. I'm intrigued. I want to go on like some Wikipedia deep dives about some haunted lore stories. Next question. Do you plan on Halloween decor hunting this year? If so, what items do you hope to find? First off, I always plan to do that, but I never really go out looking for anything specific. Josh and I were meant to go to a Spirit of Halloween after season sale last year, and unfortunately just did not happen. Fingers crossed we might do that this year, but I mean, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, both of those always have some great finds. Also do a little look through at Michael's, Kroger even, I found a few cute things here and there. Most definitely I will be doing some hunting. I just don't have any active pieces I'm looking for this year. I guess I would say some like outdoor stuff, because we're hoping to start decorating a little bit more outside. We're like the only people on our block who do for Halloween, unfortunately. Next question. Candy corn, love it or hate it? Personally, I like it. I used to love it as a kid. I don't really hate it now. I just don't eat it very often. We bought some last year, and I think it took us like a solid 5 months to eat the small box we had. Next question. Are you big into costumes and dressing up for Halloween? If so, what's your favorite costume of all time? I have a Batwoman and Batgirl dress I bought from Hot Topic years ago that still fit. And so if I do dress up, I tend to go with one of those just because they're a very easy outfit I can make work. But no, I honestly don't even remember when the last time we dressed up was. So next question. What is one activity or experience that's on your spooky season bucket list this year? So not so much spooky season, but like fall time. There's a sunflower festival that I actually really want to go to. I've wanted to go for the last few years, but we just keep missing it. I definitely want to try and work that in at some point this year. And then later on in the season, they do change it to a pumpkin patch, which we've also just never gone to. So that would be fun as well. Haunted house season. That's the focus focus we always have. We'll probably try to work in another one this year. We were already talking about maybe going back down to Houston and seeing if we can find another haunted house in that area that we can try and hit as well. Like I said, we are haunted house people. Next question. What book, series, or movie screams Halloween to you? Given that word choice, I'm gonna have to go with Scream. I do really like the first Scream movie. Fun fact, I actually saw Scary Movie before Scream. So then whenever I saw Scream, I was so flabbergasted that Scary Movie stayed so true to the plot that like I actually knew everything that was gonna happen before it happened. I didn't expect that, but it was really funny. Now, though, I do prefer Scream over Scary Movie. Next question. How do you typically spend your Halloween night? If it's right next to a weekend, naturally, we're gonna go to a haunted house. Usually we go pretty early, so that way people who are still out trick-or-treating haven't hit yet. And that's a great tip for people if you want to go to haunted houses on Halloween. Go early. Sure, it's not dark and spooky, but you don't have to wait nearly as long a line. Apart from that, though, usually staying home, handing out candy. If we do get any trick-or-treaters, we haven't really the last 2 years, so we just end up eating the candy ourselves. And then naturally, we have to watch some scary movies. Usually, it's either The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, because one of my all-time favorites, it has to be watched every year, or Repo the Genetic Opera is the other one that we tend to watch at Halloween. It is also a requirement. Every year, I must subject Josh to my terrible singing. Next question. What does Halloween mean to you? I think it's like a really great way to have controlled scariness. I think like fear is a fun emotion if it's handled in controlled ways. I don't think that's really surprising for me. I tend to be a bit of a thrill seeker. Like I said, we love haunted houses. We both love roller coasters. Like we enjoy that your stomach dropping out feeling, those anticipatory butterflies being on the edge of your seat. Like that's such a fun emotion to have, and I feel like it perfectly ties in with Halloween time and this time of year. But also like you can kind of look at it as like holding on to that bit of childhood whimsy mixed with the scarier side of adulthood, and I think that's a lot of fun as well. Last question. Tag your spooky friends. I'm not going to tag anybody specific just because, as I said, I'm already pushing this a little bit too far. We are definitely past halfway to Halloween at this point, but if you're intrigued to try out this tag, please save it for next year. I would love to see your answers. And on that note, that is it for today, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me a skeleton emoji in the comments. I have all my socials as well as a few ways you can support me, including a Patreon linked in my description. I come out videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!